This man, whose name could not even be spoken, was just one step away from completely reshaping the world of magic. Driven by an obsession with pure blood supremacy, back in 1970, the dark wizard known as Voldemort led a group of followers, loyal to the darkest of magical traditions, in a violent attempt to overthrow the Muggle world. He aimed to divide and control all half-blood wizards, establishing a new world order based on blood purity. His name alone was enough to strike fear into every corner of the British Isles, plunging the magical community into chaos. In response to this rising darkness, Professor Dumbledore, then headmaster of Hogwarts, secretly formed the Order of the Phoenix and joined forces with the Ministry of Magic to counter Voldemort's growing power. No one expected the war to last a decade, but Voldemort's army of Death Eaters only grew stronger with time. Then, in the summer of 1980, the seer Sybil Trelawney, during an unexpected trance at Hogwarts, delivered a prophecy to Dumbledore. It revealed that a child born in July to parents who had defied Voldemort 3 times would possess a power the Dark Lord could never understand. One would have to die at the hands of the other, for neither could live while the other survived. Unfortunately, part of this prophecy was overheard by a Death Eater who had been sent to spy. Though he was thrown out before hearing it all, he immediately relayed what he had heard to Voldemort. Terrified of death, Voldemort ordered his followers to investigate. 2 children matched the prophecy: Neville Longbottom, born on the 30th of July, and Harry Potter, born on the 31st of July. Believing his true rival to be Harry, whose mother Lily was Muggle-born, Voldemort chose him as the target. Like Voldemort himself, Harry was of mixed heritage, which seemed to align with the prophecy. This decision shattered Severus Snape, a childhood friend deeply in love with Lily. Snape had never stopped caring for her, despite losing her to James Potter. Desperate to save her, he begged Voldemort to spare her life, even if it meant killing the child. Voldemort agreed, but Snape knew all too well the cruelty of his master. With no other choice, he turned to Dumbledore, offering his allegiance in exchange for the protection of Lily and her family. From that point on, Snape became Dumbledore's spy, feeding critical information to the Order. But the fragile peace didn't last. A traitor within the Order betrayed Harry's location to Voldemort. That night, Voldemort entered the Potter's home. He killed James, then offered Lily a chance to live if she surrendered her son. But Lily, refusing to abandon her child, sacrificed herself. In doing so, she invoked an ancient magic rooted in love, shielding Harry from Voldemort's killing curse. The spell backfired. Voldemort's body was destroyed, reduced to ashes. Yet, because he had created multiple Horcruxes, objects that housed fragments of his soul, he wasn't truly dead. As long as even one Horcrux remained, he could find a way to return. Unintentionally, a piece of his soul latched onto the only living being nearby, Harry, leaving a lightning-shaped scar on the baby's forehead. From that moment, an invisible bond formed between them. Harry had unknowingly inherited some of Voldemort's power. Snape arrived too late. Lily was gone, and guilt consumed her. Dumbledore, however, warned that Voldemort had not been destroyed completely and could return at any time to finish what he started. Determined to protect Harry and honor Lily's memory, Snape agreed to stay at Hogwarts as a professor, secretly watching over the boy who shared Lily's eyes. Before Harry could begin his 7 years of magical education, Dumbledore had to ensure his safety. The protective charm Lily left behind was strongest when Harry lived with her blood relative. So he was sent to a quiet town far from the magical world to live with his Aunt Petunia. Though cold and unkind, her shared blood allowed the ancient magic to remain in effect until Harry turned 17, keeping Voldemort at bay. Professor McGonagall, who had observed the Dursleys in her animagus form, worried for Harry's well-being. They were, by her account, the worst sort of muggle. His childhood would be anything but easy. But for the greater good, Dumbledore stood firm, with Hagrid flying the boy in on Sirius Black's enchanted motorbike. Bobby Harry was left at the doorstep of number 4, Privet Drive. And so began the journey of a boy who would grow up to become the most famous wizard of his generation. The boy who lived.